Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Aetheris, where we trudge through the wilderness toward violence. Just kind of forever, it's just what we do. Alright, somewhere around here in the last run we encountered that party of adventurers, basically. Just another group that was like us, and they dealt an awful lot of damage. Is this basically what we're looking at here? Sort of. Quite a small group, though. Alright, so Zane here has a pretty high damage attack, only doable once per turn, though. Farseer gains +3 range, which doesn't affect melee attacks. Yeah. Anyway, Mental Assault, which is annoying but costs a lot of AP for what it does, and Spiritual Assault, which they can only run once per turn too because of the movement cost, and doing it will prevent them from doing a spear. So, try not to let them hug you, I guess. And what about you, Pau'Ju? Same amount of damage. Healing. Mental Assault, okay. So, unfortunately, we're just going to have to deal with getting speared pretty bad here. I think what I'm going to do is try to... We're just gonna pounce one of them, right? I guess it doesn't really matter which one. Never mind. I'm turning back. I'm changing my mind. I'm going back the other way. We want to jump the one that has lower AP or lower HP. We have to watch out for this guy's backstab. I mean, it's going to be really hard to evade him. We're not going to be able to evade him, probably. If you start here, we can run far enough. But I think what I'm going to do instead is just try to get on the other side of this, so at least he runs into a trap. All we have to do is not get killed, right? It's not like we have to deal with them both before they touch us. We just have to not actually die. All right, I can't reasonably knock you back into a trap. Yeah, I don't really have a play that isn't just crush. But we can remove 2 AP, and yeah, we can do a fair amount of damage, certainly. Especially if we should manage to get a crit somewhere. Ugh. The dodge is very bad. I am able to thrust here. I don't think that that's very good. I don't want to get him out of range from Mikolos. So, I suppose one thing I could do is just Protective Bubble. Try to draw the guy's attack and just like move to here carefully. Now I only have one movement point if I want to do that. All right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to Protective Bubble myself. Yeah, you're just going to focus there. No big surprises. And all we really want to do is stab, stab, stab. How much movement does this eat? 1? I guess I can throw this over here and then take the 2 steps still. Yeah, just try to encourage him to go the other way. All right, and you have your epic axe. You can't even do this thing. I think this is a situation worth nuking this guy's initiative to make sure we can go before him next turn. And then... Sadly, I can't attack with my spells while moving to, like, safety. But I'd love to get to here. We can move to this space. That still means Pau'Ju can walk all the way over here and attack me. But I think we're just going to hope he won't. Okay. He dodged the trap, though. That's annoying. Wow, that was with the initiative penalty, huh? Alright, well, for what it was worth. It doesn't particularly... Yeah, there's no reason not to run up and stab this man. So at this point, if I spend the thrust... to maybe deny him his turn. I mean, he'll just do mental assault, right? But that's fine. It's much better he do that than the other thing. Move over here into a position where, like, maybe he wants to pursue me through the traps, right? Let's give him the option, at least. Alright, I'm pretty happy about this. Step forward, try to draw his eye. Again, present him with a path that is laden with traps. Nope, he's just gonna stand still and do mental assault. I mean, he has successfully stolen all of my AP. I don't know how it doesn't seem like a very good strategy in the long term, but what do I know? Squick indeed. Alright, win a fight against an arboreal to unlock regeneration. The heal spell they had, which seems fine. You know, as far as heal spells go. And our party's looking pretty powerful at this point. Sticking with rationality. Play a very rational Vazard. Yeah, this is kind of what I was going for. I'm trying to unlock the traits that you get from, like, really capping off a particular stat. Great strategist. I wonder what that might do. So your crit chance is still low enough. I think I'd rather take the dodge percentage. I could use the thing to do... Ooh, wow. Okay, I could use the thing to do at range. We need if we could pick something up, or, like, just something to do in downtime. An additional trap is not terrible. This is a pretty good use of our spirituality points. I really like both of these, honestly. I would have to rest before exhortation would be very good, but it will be quite good, I think. I suppose that only being 25 critical chance, there's still a pretty decent odds that it will not actually accomplish anything. Yeah, I guess let's take Vicious Trap. Mikolos can do sort of a mid-range skirmisher kind of thing. That Huntress Spear is interesting. +1 move, -1 action point. I might actually want to equip that. Because we have 7 AP on our knife wielder, and we never need that 7th one. Notice, come here. Oh, you even have an empty space. I think that's actually really good. And then... what was that new weapon? 19 to 26 off of 5 AP. Is this a melee increase for you? It is certainly better. It does have a reduction in crit chance. And it doesn't... Yeah, I might just hold on to the big mass of health, honestly, because it's not that different in terms of damage output. So, we are far from desperate on health. At some point, we'll need to pray. But I don't know that it needs to be now. Training would definitely get us 2 level ups. But I'm wondering if we need to run. I'm going to go ahead and run, I think. Maybe we train and then run at the next one. Yeah. If we don't have to do the run right now, training so that we have 2 extra skills and extra stat bonuses so that the next fight is easier, and then running then probably makes more sense. Alright, so Galus, you have been very mystical in the past. You will continue to be so. Play a very spiritual Vazard. We still need to get the empathetic one as well. Dodge versus MDef. I mean, I feel like it's got to be dodge, right? The fact that you can dodge spells. Ooh, I want to see what that is. Time Shift. At the cost of 6 AP, gives 6 AP to an ally for 1 turn. I don't know if I think that's actually good. I might just take Protective Bubble on you. Like, I guess handing over 6 AP to Nodus that he can do a whole bunch of extra stabs is cool. But, like, what if I just use that to attack myself? My attack is no slouch. I don't know that I think this is good. I'm going to take Protective Bubble. Feels a little silly rarity-wise, but... for that cost, you want it to be something a little bit more compelling, right? Initiative's great and everything, but like we are really pumping crit chance on this character, and it's paying off. I think show me a cool passive. Inflict -1 AP to targets that you do magic damage to. That is pretty rad. Paralyzing magic sounds great, actually. As you make your way up a trail, you are surprised to come across a group of perplexed wanderers. The master caravaner, Anofel, explains that they were waiting for the arboreals at their usual exchange point, but that they never showed up. They are worried and ask you to go look for them. Anofel would go themselves, but they don't want to abandon their own. Asking the spirits for advice would be very in character for the more mystical members of the party. For you... I mean, we could just barter with them. Maybe we can get some cool gear. The haggling goes well, but you make a wrong move. You emphasize that you'll take all the risks, which is worth a little extra. Anofel doesn't like the fact that you have the audacity to profit from their request for help. They'll do just fine without you. Thank you. Wow, -8 dodge is actually pretty harsh. It's the kind of thing you would like to be able to rest off. Too bad I have consigned us to running. An arboreal runs by, trashing and screaming, their clothes on fire. Trashing and screaming. You're not quite sure if they're panicking because of the flames, or what's behind them. I feel like we should run with them. Go your merry way doesn't feel like doing that. We're just gonna let them go and go your merry way. Seem like they should be the same thing. It becomes harder to ignore this chaos when a tree pursues a Vazard right in front of you. It has uprooted itself and tries to crush the poor fellow with its branches. Maybe trying to make sense of it all will have to wait, while you eliminate that monster to settle the matter. Indeed. Maybe it will. an awful lot of running between us and the actual plant fighting. So there's an Oak Raged. I mean, an Oak Raged is a pretty serious fight. And then there's that thing over there. Okay, we can get adjacent. These two might have to just start focusing on the Oak Raged. Well, hit him with what we can hit him with. I think you're going to maybe, yeah, take up the position that's hidden a little bit better. All right, there's that headbutt. Wait, 205. Shouldn't you be of... For some reason, when we equipped that thing, he seems to have lost 2 AP, because he was at 7 before, right? That's bizarre. I mean, you don't hit that hard. I'm not going to stress. I'm not going to spend the thrust either. Flak indeed. All right, so this costs 2 movement to place. See if we can get him to walk across it, I suppose. And you... Right, I have to step forward. That's weird. We were 1 tile out of range before, and now that we've moved forward a tile, we're still a tile out of range. Well, then yeah, we're doing a protective bubble. I guess on you? Nope, not allowed to do that because you're slightly, very, very slightly in the plants, and I can't do it on you either. How did one of us still manage to go after all of them? Terribly embarrassing. Oh, shoot. That's not... I thought I had the... It's fine. I thought I had a different guy selected than that. Okay. A little bit more trap setting. Stand back here. Just bait this thing into as much free damage as possible. There's just nothing I can do, it seems like, to be able to give this guy the protective bubble. Just all requires too much movement. We're doing a good job of picking away at the big one, at least. Just try to keep yourself alive over there. Boof indeed. You tell him. You have no everything. How on earth did this happen? Run away! This thing wants to come out of the weeds. We'll fight it. We can't walk through friendlies. What kind of game is that? Okay, summoning a bunch of little garbage dudes. I mean, we're burning it as fast as we can. There's not really anything more we could be doing. And we did lay down some free damage against these things at least. Yeah, resting is not going to be good here because we're... running is not going to be good here because we really want to be resting. Okay, that one went down to the traps at least. And this thing has revealed itself on the edge of the plants. Ouch, Jesus. Waka waka indeed. Friend, I'm not sure you're using that correctly. I mean, we gotta just keep burning the Oak Rage, right? We have to actually get through its HP so it stops spawning stuff. But I might also... He'll have enough move to get to it even if I do this. I'm going to do here. This thing's gotta die too, right? So... Yep. Are you fucking kidding me? Of course, he just hard missed it. Well... I don't love this, but it has to die. Wow, we actually managed to outrun the little monsters even. Well, if you can remove this one, like you kind of have to, right? It's very important that that happen. Even resisted the poison. I'm just gonna take a crit or something, because of course. Yeah, and I don't feel like I can do anything except just attack this thing at full strength with most of our people. Pretty solid chunk. There you go, the Ether Sword. That'll get things done. And then flee. Little plant demand to know what's wrong with me for daring to attack it. Alright, you're like way out of range, right? Yeah. Actually kind of can't do anything. I'm just going to run forward. Decent. You know, I can get all the way over there. We may as well just Ether Sword it. Yeah, we need rest quite badly, and we kind of can't afford to take it. Depending on how the damage on Thorns is tuned, that could be very useful. Alright, it's going to be a minute before we earn ourselves another level. The branch staff is interesting as a caster weapon. What is the weapon that Blue is currently wielding? +2 power. So yeah, the branch staff is just a massive boost. And then a blessed berry. I don't think we even have all of our trinket slots full yet. No, we totally don't. So +1 SP. Is that going to be more useful on you or Mikolos? Yeah, probably you. Okay. The oak rage finally lies lifeless on the ground. The thought that any trees in this forest could be this kind of monster is frightening. The arboreal is lying against the trunk. A glance at their wounds tells you they won't make it. After what it took to bring this foe down, it would be a shame to go empty-handed. Well, there's nothing we can do except rip it apart. Ripping out the branches becomes a showcase of strength. And you get yourself an oak-raged bark. You're going to be up close and personal with stuff a little bit more. With your sword, I feel like it's okay to do this. And then maybe we have to rest, though, right? I mean, it would be nice to be able to rest after the next encounter, because that way we'll be at very full for the boss fight, but I think we want to purge the dodge penalties now. Yeah, we're just going to have to run after the next at the next campfire. We are getting awfully close to just letting the shade catch us. I still think I made the right decisions on our campfire nodes so far, but, you know, ask me if I feel that way in half an hour or so. As you begin to tire, you spot a bunch of moss growing under a tree that looks like the comfiest thing you've seen in days. You could go for a little nap. In fact, you can't not go for a little nap. Do I dream of the light or of the village? Let's dream about the light. You're very high on yellow stat. The path you need to follow appears to you in your dreams. Okay, accuracy up. Pretty strong buff. Alright, let's just do this so well that we don't need a huge heal afterward. Because we're not going to get it. Oh, man. Huge boss monster. And then a couple of hawthorns, which is... I mean, these things still have 140 HP. Okay, they're only really bad if you let them start adjacent to you. Let's get you here so that you can run up and drop the headbutt in the same turn. And do I want to have everybody just kind of like on the... I think I want everybody on the same side. All right. Not bad, y'all. Not bad. So, Mikolos is definitely throwing a trap out. I kind of think maybe it's on the hawthorn. We can make that hawthorn basically unable to move, right? So if I... That one requires 2 movements. So I have to go here. Then I throw the trap like there and hope. I have to be very careful to specify my moves here. All right. Oh, I need to change out that accessory. Right, I forgot that thing functions in a way that doesn't make any sense. Alright, a little bit of the old paralyzing magic, which is pretty good. You are going the wrong way, sir. Okay, some pretty decent chunks of damage here. Just chopping the hawthorn's not really going to accomplish all that much. But here, we can throw this down. And then continue to back up. you would prefer to be... Yeah, I may as well like run all the way around here before attacking, right? You can step to there. Okay. Thing's gonna be dead pretty soon. If I crit this, we could just kill it. Alright. I tried. Okay, so that thing has no movement points available for the next couple of turns. Or at least that's how that should work. But do I want to just like try to focus it down real fast? Because it did step in the goo. Well, you know what? We can run up and hit this thing and still back up actually with this character, so that feels like the move. Finish you, take my poison, and retreat into... Yeah, retreat into the bushes. Not bad, not bad. I'd be a little bit careful about guiding the enemies into the bushes to follow us, because obviously I don't want to put them in a position where they're avoiding ranged attacks effectively. Oh, interesting. He just decided not to be affected by the movement point reduction on the trap. Ah, come on. Just path in a sensible fashion, would you? Do you always have to do the worst thing? Do you always have to go out of your way? We should be able to kill this thing pretty soon. Hopefully that'll be enough traps. Do I want to headbutt? Yeah. And then step around here like that. Yeah, this is really unfortunate that our movement worked out the way it did. You can just stay retreated. Do one of these up again. That was more damage than I would have liked, considering we're about to go into the boss fight. That said, even if we weren't forced to run here, I think I probably would not take the rest. Like, we're probably in good enough shape, right? Wow, +6 strength. We are finally picking up some decent equipment, some trinkets. This run has been remarkably light on those. Alright, so you are losing this whip. I thought I remembered... Huh. I don't know. Thought I remembered that number being higher. Okay. Plus 6 strength, plus 3 HP. If we can attack twice, plus 6 strength is pretty good. And yeah, we absolutely have to run. Spend the whole night running. Very disappointing. Avoiding trees in a forest is rather futile, but you must do so. There's no way to know which ones are actually monsters. You spot an oak in front of you, looking suspicious. Well, nothing we can do except axe it. You hit it several times in front of 2 arboreals who are too baffled and terrified to say anything. That tree was one of their elders. They run to call for reinforcements before you're given a chance to explain yourself. Oh, this time you've really done it. You skip the next event. Okay, well, that's not necessarily a bad thing. All right. Pau'Ju. It would be super great if we could get out of this with all 4 members of our party intact. How likely is that? I think probably very not. Somewhere between very not and extremely not. Probably this makes more sense. So Daliju, Daizane, hey, it's these guys again. And then Pau'Ju has... Yep, small amount of healing at the beginning of the turn. A variety of annoying effects with effectively infinite range. So just like race down the little guys and then gang up on the big guy, I think. If we're going to be doing that, then I probably want to change up our positioning a little bit. Yeah. Okay, nice 16s. We even get to perform a headbutt. Oh, why are crits even dodgeable? Why does that work like that? Yeah, that very well might have been a kill, if not for the dodge. I mean, it's all an element of like what kind of system of rolls you're using, right? I am very used to single roll systems where I don't know that I need to get into the whole thing right now, but I don't know. I kind of prefer systems where you can't get a crit that is dodged because crit and dodge are different results on the same die roll instead of 2 roll systems, which allow for this sort of thing, but it's not a big deal. Wow, okay, that guy's just unhittable. And Nautis is in some kind of trouble. We don't have any spirituality points, so I can't Great Warrior. Yeah. All there is to do is step up and start stabbing. And then step away, make him spend a point of his movement. Which he will do. Because of course he will. Alright. Now we do want to shut down the other guy as quickly as possible. That's a 44. Damn. So you have 2 movement left. I mean, I kind of want to get over there. But I have to choose between moving and attacking. Which is definitely a downside of the ranged attackers in this game. It's interesting. Giving most ranged attacks a movement cost is a really interesting way of balancing the safety of ranged. In most of these systems, ranged attacks are massively better than melee attacks because of the combination of safety and mobility that they provide. But just completely cutting the mobility off of them, I think is a way that I've never seen systems really try to tackle that. Like, certainly not to this extent. I think I like it a bunch, actually. I'm gonna just throw down a vicious trap, I guess. We'll see if we can lure Pau'Ju into it. And then if I were ever going to attempt... Never mind. If I were ever going to use my last spirituality point, this is the kind of place you would want to do that, is where I was headed there, but it turns out we're not going to get there. Alright. Let's get his attention. He called me a scumbag. I really do think these things should not be able to attack on the turn they spawn. Especially since they can move so far. Okay. 20 is pretty good. So how much HP does a Cocotroon have? Like, actually a shit ton. Oh! Will the bleed prevent it from hatching? So this says gives birth on vanishing. It's not clear to me that it won't hatch from... Well, it has to use the summon ability. So yeah, I think the bleed's going to take care of it, actually. So I'm just going to stab you. And then I'm going to run away. And then... The thing is, if I attack from here, it's just Pau'Ju's going to knock me into my own trap, which feels very silly. So... Maybe this turn is like... Nuke your initiative for future turns, and then come over here and stand next to the trap and try to bait him. Nope. It's very single-minded, in fact. Okay, that needed to happen. How did you... It's a stationary enemy, though. Okay, the bleed did work out the way we wanted it to. How much movement do you have again? Not a ton. So I think I'm safe to headbutt here. Headbutt, stab, and then run 2 spaces. This thing has 13 HP. I'm going to throw this here. That should kill this, while also giving us some tools to potentially use against Pau'Ju. That trap skill is really nice, the 3 space. Very useful. Step forward. I want to focus on the boss, but best we make sure those things don't actually occur. So you have 3 movement. I could step, strike. I think I'm just going to shoot you from a distance, though. Wow, not for very much. Because if I step, strike, and then step away, Pau'Ju still gets to step 1 time and then murder me. Oh! Your, stats lied to me. That's fun that they're allowed to do that. Alright, so I was brought back with some spirituality points at least. For right now, let's just stab you. And stab you. And then bully you all the way back to there. I don't know that I want to move, actually. Yeah. Well, we have a minute. We might still be able to finish this thing off. Got that one, and I think this is just like full disengage. I would love to not spend more spirits if we can avoid it. I wish there was an ability to delay. Okay, entanglement's not such a big deal. Good dodge, good dodge. Yeah, we gotta prevent this thing from hatching, right? So we're probably only going to do about half of its health. No, let's try to finish the boss. 4 damage, damn. Not very impressive at all, actually. A lot of unimpressive rolls from our team as well. Ugh, really? -1 move? Come on. Alright, continue to be annoying. No, damn it. Really want him to chase, not us. Yeah, that's really annoying. Okay, well. It only takes 1 movement to do this. So let's throw that over there. Oh, hey, we actually got a decent shot off. All right, then we have these little things. This thing might actually force Galus' spirit. I'm hoping for like a good dodge or that it attacks someone else. Nope. All right, it's really annoying. Not actually going to be able to do enough damage to that thing to stop it from spawning, but we can make it not able to do much of value once it does. These things are incredibly annoying creatures. That's so frustrating, and then it ends the turn 1 space too far away for me to fight it. Ugh. Alright, well the good news is we can probably just finish this thing off here. Yeah, lots of good crits. You are poisoned now, but that's fine. We're gonna hopefully end the fight soon. Really annoying that this thing is able to stand 1 space outside of my attack range while still being in its own attack range. It's rad that we all crit all the time, though. Yeah, it's really unfortunate, too, that, like, we had a spirit pop happen because now we have 1 person who's low on health, and we have to rest because they're so low on health. But it feels like a waste on everybody else. We're going to fight against Pau'Ju to earn Pau'Ju's voices. Cool. Makes sense to me. Level ups for everybody. That was a lot of XP. We emphasize brutality a lot of the time here. I feel like it... You know what? More empathy. Ooh. Plus MP is good. The thing is, I don't need more actions. I need more passives. But the passives keep showing up at like very low rarity. Equivalent exchange would be sick eventually. Distraction's not bad for a melee character though. Let's stay focused on our rationality here. Yeah, I don't think crit damage is all that exciting for you. We gotta see what this is, right? Okay, great strategist. Caster gains 2 AP, 2 MP, 2 range, and 22 critical hit chance for 3 turns. It does take an entire turn worth of AP, but it's cheap on the spiritual points. And it's cool to get to see it. Do I want to keep you just rolling? It feels like mysticism provides a lot of power bonuses. It rolls into itself very well. Yeah, more power. Don't know that I need more of these. Inflicts 5 to 7 magic damage to all enemies. Energy transfer's got to be the pull, right? This is such a small amount of damage. And we really, we need healing very desperately. Additional power? Now see if we can pull Destructive Orb on you, I think would make a lot of sense. Mental Assault is, in theory, pretty powerful. Yeah. It's the sort of thing you want to be pretty careful with when you use it, but it does have a pretty huge effect on a fight. We found a gun. Weapon is a bit bulky, but it almost never misses. Inflicts glued, -1 AP. 7 to 13 damage affected by power. That's a 4 AP shot at range 5. That's very interesting. And the spiritual gem, each adventurer gains +1 SP every 3 turns. Yo, that seems phenomenal. Holy hell, that's a good item. Each adventurer? Am I interpreting that correctly? Because that sounds unreasonable relative to the rest of the items. Here you stand in front of Pau'Ju's corpse, the deformed Vazard. Why would I put a seed in its mouth? So these are all risky, which you can now do due to your lack of spirit. You know what? Naudus is trying to learn empathy. Let's respect the ritual. You carry out the funeral rites. Not very well, though. Mushrooms are growing on their body, and as you get closer, they spit poisonous spores at you, burning your scales. Even in death, this shapeless monster is still dangerous. Ow. Well, we were gonna sleep anyway soon. Perhaps right now. So somebody's got to wear the spiritual gem. That's just +2 def. What do you have on? 6 strength. Yeah, I will definitely drop that for this thing. Hawthorn Health. Hawthorn Heart seems real good on you. Should have been doing that before. And what is everybody else using? I mean, all that defense is probably pretty useful. Yeah, I don't really want to cut anything for the protective talisman, I don't think. So how about this gun, though? You only get to attack once anyway. So +20 crit damage, +10% crit chance. And the gun only has very slightly higher base damage without the ignoring MDef and everything. I think I'm going to keep the sword on you. So, sap gun over the branch staff, I suppose. Oh, the branch staff is giving 2 initiative to each party member. I didn't even notice that. It's at the bottom of quite a long text box. Maybe we don't even equip the sap gun. Well, I mean, one thing that's really nice about the sap gun is that its attack does not require any movement. So you can shoot it effectively on the run. Yeah. It doesn't have any power on it, right? It's got a ton of accuracy. Well, y'all both only have 1 power. Probably not going to make great use of a gun. Mikolos' axe is still useful. Yeah, I'm pretty torn here. I think I'm going to not equip the gun for the moment. It seems awfully good. It's the only reason I very much hesitate. Well, we don't have to rest, or we don't have to run again. We can rest here. We will have to run at the next campfire, but we gotta fix Mikolos up, right? Like, it's not really optional. And then we probably, well, I was gonna say we probably need to stop and pray sometime soon, but I guess we have that gem, don't we? I have no idea how long a run of this can get, like how many areas there are, but that's the first time that we are through to here, the canyon ruins. The road sinks into the depths of a huge crevasse. The place seems to have been inhabited a long time ago. Gigantic rusted ruins rise all around you. A disarray of rocks and metal, whose collapsed peaks must have reached the sky. Alright, Area 4. Progressing in the sand is much more tiresome than you had expected. Each step takes its toll on you. The high dune in front of you seems almost impossible to climb. But then, you spot some footsteps in the sand. Someone did manage to climb it. A whole group of Vazards, from what you can see. Did a wanderer's caravan come through here? Well, I mean, obviously we should try to follow their trail, right? You decide to follow the footprints. Seems like a winner to me. And we will discover what is at the end of those footprints next time. I think that right there is going to be it for us for now. I'm relatively pleased with the way that went. It would have been cool if we could have taken that boss down without losing any spirits, but we still have everybody on their feet, and that is certainly something to celebrate. When you come back next time, we're headed over this dune and hopefully into a place that's a little bit less menacing than it sounds like this is going to be. And we'll see you then.